All right, I wanted to talk about one last thing, and that's categorization of your families. So if I pick this particular cable, it says it's a generic model. So it's categorizing that as a generic model. So if I go to my visibility graphics, it sees that as a generic model. We can categorize things differently, and it depends on what you've built and what's available to you in the family. But if I select this family and go to Edit Family, this started out as a generic model. I can come up here to the family category and parameters and click on that under properties, and it's highlighted as generic model. You also have options to pick various other things. So we could also say that it's a structural connection. We could say that it's structural framing or a stiffener or something like that. Structural framing might work. It's not really quite right. There's also a railings. So this could be the railing supports. Now if we select railing supports and click OK, it now categorizes this as a railing support. And if I go to my family types, you'll see that everything has remained the same. If I click OK, I'm going to go ahead and select this generic model, and I'm going to go to Edit Family, and I'm going to go to Family Category and Parameters, and I'll categorize this as a structural connection. I'll click OK. I'm going to load this into project, and I'm going to load it into my cable working 2 and click OK, and I'm going to overwrite the existing version. Now when I highlight it, you'll see it'll say structural connections. And this one, just to double check, we have come back in and we've changed that to railing supports. So now when I load this into project, and I'll load it back into the AO3, load it back into the AO3 Families Revit project, click OK, it'll overwrite the existing version, and now when I hover over this, you'll see that it says supports. And now in the visibility graphics, that would be categorized under railings, and in the flyout, there will be supports. So if I do anything to adjust the supports, that will listen to that, and the other one will listen to the structural connection. So you need to go in and categorize your families correctly. Sometimes you can start from the correct template. So if I go to New Family here, if I start from a casework template, it'll categorize it by default as casework, and so on. It's the generic families that you can often update them. Sometimes you can't go from one particular type of family to the other. Masses and generic model adaptives really can't flip between different categories. So sometimes you'll find some restrictions there. But I just wanted to mention that as well.